Imagine forgetting to print a single piece of paper and watching your boss respond by throwing you into a jail cell for 24 hours. That is precisely the scenario that played out on May 5, 2026, inside a courtroom at the Andhra Pradesh High Court. The man presiding over the bench that day was Honorable Shri Justice Tarlata Rajasekhar Rao. A young advocate with roughly a decade of experience stood before him. During the proceedings, the lawyer was unable to produce a physical copy of a specific court order that the judge requested. Missing a document is a minor procedural lapse that happens in legal systems every day. Here, it was immediately treated as a severe offense, weaponized by the judge to justify a criminal-level punishment. The judge began by openly berating the junior lawyer in front of the courtroom. He mocked him directly, scolding him for supposedly thinking of himself as a, quote, great senior advocate. The interaction rapidly escalated from verbal insults to physical threats. Justice Rao summoned 2 armed police personnel directly into the courtroom to enforce a custody order against the lawyer. The young advocate, who stated on the record that he was in physical pain, desperately begged for mercy. He apologized profusely, insisting repeatedly that he meant absolutely no disrespect to the court. With several other lawyers and government counsel watching in disbelief, the judge remained completely unmoved. He finalized the order, handing the young man over to the police for 24 hours of judicial custody. A strict judge might impose a fine or issue a harsh warning for an administrative failure. Arresting a weeping, apologetic lawyer over a missing piece of paper demonstrates an absolute refusal to exercise basic human compassion or institutional grace. The retaliation from the legal community was explosive, arriving the very next day and spearheaded by the Bar Council of India. This formal intervention was drafted by BCI Chairman Manan Kumar Mishra on May 6th. As you can see at the top of the document, this is an urgent appeal addressed directly to the Chief Justice of India. On page 2, the Council explicitly clears the young advocate. We don't find anything wrong with the conduct of the young lawyer. They demand the Chief Justice completely withdraw Justice Rao's judicial duties, immediately transfer him, and mandate training on judicial temperament. These are incredibly severe demands to levy against a sitting High Court judge. The Bar Council viewed this local incident as a systemic threat to the entire profession, requiring the absolute highest level of intervention to fix. The Bar Council wasn't the only institution to respond. The Supreme Court Bar Association, the highest collective voice of advocates, stepped in immediately to apply pressure. Take a look at this official SCBA resolution. In the opening lines, they formally document the legal fraternity's deep concern and shock. In the 3rd paragraph, they state a judge's power must equally reflect restraint, proportionality, fairness, and compassion. On the 2nd page, the association clearly explains its core fear. They argue that subjecting young advocates to fear, humiliation, or intimidation actively destroys the independence of the bar. By layering the swift administrative demands of the Bar Council with the undeniable philosophical authority of the Supreme Court Bar Association, the legal community effectively isolated Justice Rao entirely. Our legal system is built on a constitutional balance between 2 equal pillars, the bench representing judges and the bar representing lawyers. If a judge uses power to unilaterally crush the advocates appearing before them, that scale tips and the system fails. Junior advocates are officially designated as officers of the court. They are legal practitioners actively learning how to navigate a highly complex profession. They are not enemies meant to be defeated by a judge. A courtroom requires discipline to function, but that discipline must be rooted in mutual respect. Resorting to tyranny over a missing document strips the court of the very dignity it claims to protect. Ultimately, the decision on how to handle Justice Rao's actions rests squarely with the Chief Justice of India. We can look to the closing lines of the Bar Council's letter for the definitive argument. They write, "Judges command the highest respect not by fear, but by fairness, patience, restraint, and constitutional humility." Do you believe Justice Rao should be transferred and stripped of his judicial duties for his actions? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more analysis.